Welcome to Windows Movie Maker, Vista version 6.0. It's on Windows 7. And when you open it, it won't look like this, of course. Your library here will be empty. Now you can set up this layout in a number of different ways. There are a couple of icons up here at the top or at the bottom. This one that looks like an accordion with giant keys gives you this layout, which is important because when you want to save your video, you use this publish to this computer or a DVD or a CD or whatever. Email, it does that very well. Okay, this one lets you show all of your media, which is your photos and your pictures and your videos. And I prefer this guy. I like my imported media here. Shows you, I'm looking at the videos and still images I've brought in. And sometimes when you add a picture, it won't show up on this. Why? Because it makes a new folder. And so this has Chipmunk Test in it, which I have since moved, so I could actually get rid of that one. Let's see. And, okay. So let's just stick with imported media. You'll notice, over here we have, it looks different than Windows Live Movie Maker because you can do a lot more with it. It's also customizable. You can make this a lot bigger if you want to see what's going on down there. You can make it a lot smaller just by clicking and dragging. And you have a video with a little plus. If you click the plus, it shows the transitions. When you add a transition, which in Windows Live Movie Maker is an animation, it goes on its own line down here, so it's very easy to make it longer or shorter in time by clicking and dragging it. It shows you the audio track for your video, which is important. I'll explain that later after we have a video on here. Here's your audio music track where you can add a song or any kind of separate music, and a title overlay track. When you add a title, it goes down here. So once again, you can click on it, click on the title, and it makes it very easy to edit it. Okay, how do you get things here? How do you put an image in here or a video? Up here, tasks. You can import, edit, and publish to or save as a video. First of all, you want it to import. You can what's called capture from your digital camera. You have a cable, you can connect your camera to the computer, click on capture from digital camera, and you can bring your movies directly into Movie Maker if they're the correct file type that Movie Maker can use. If you just want to get a video, you can just click on it. A regular look for it library will come up, and then you can kind of click and picture and video files. I don't have any in there that work on this. February 13th. Okay, I have a picture of a little bear, just its rear end leaving, going past my garage. But, and then you just click and open. It's just a open one. Okay? And then if you want pictures, same thing. It goes to your pictures library and you get to choose your pictures. Of course, you can, here's the Windows Explorer from Windows 7, and you can always, go somewhere else. And same thing with audio or music. It's going to open your music library. And so it's very convenient that way. Now, over here, back down to the bottom. Let's say we've got pictures, we've got music, we've got audio. We've got video. And let's look at how we can look at it. This is the timeline view. These long rows are timelines. And the time is at the top. 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 25, etc. We can also, if you click little download right over here next to timeline, we can put it in storyboard view, which is sometimes a little easier if you're making a slideshow. The only problem I don't like about it is these squares you put pictures in are so big that if you had a slideshow with like 30 or 40 slides, this would get awfully long. And let's go back to timeline. Also on this drop down, you can narrate your timeline, and this is really cool. If you have a video that has sound on it and you add music or a narration, you click on audio levels and you can you can choose which one to emphasize. Over on the right, you have audio and music that you've added. Over on the left, the audio from the video. So you just slide this. If you want to hear the video, slide the slider over to the left. If you want to hear the audio more and make the videos sound softer, you just slide it to the right. I'm just going to leave it toward the middle here. There we go. Okay, let's add a video. I have this set up for widescreen. It's a long rectangle. And I'm going to add this little video. And what you're going to see is it's going to be a letterbox because it's not widescreen. How do you change that? Tools in the menu bar. Go all the way down and click on Options. Click on the Advanced tab, Aspect Ratio. We only have two common aspect ratios. 4:3 for video clips that are a little square, and 16:9, which is wide frame. Just click on 4:3, click OK, and now it fits in the frame perfectly. Now, like I said, everything. I have this, I've clicked the little plus sign here, so we can kind of see what's going on. Since you don't really need to make a title, at least you didn't say so, and you only need to turn this clip. I'm going to turn this clip into an old movie. First of all, you want to silence it, right? Put your cursor in the audio track here. Right click and click on mute. We want our movie to be silent. Come up here to edit. Now we're going to edit it. We want effects. And I have a lot of effects because I've downloaded them. So excuse me while I go through a gazillion. It comes with a lot more effects than Windows Live Movie Maker to begin with. And I've added some. So the first one I want to add is, let's, I want to fade in from black. Okay. And just click and drag and drop it there. And then I want to fade out to black. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. But I always do it just because I think it looks cool. Then we're going to go all the way down to the S's. These are in alphabetical order. And sepia tone. And I'm going to add that one. I'm going to turn it brown. So let's see what we have so far. There it is. Turn it sepia tone. And this is a scrubber, by the way. Next one. We want to make it look old. So we're going to go back up here to the F's. I tried it. There's a grayscale also in here, and I tried a grayscale, but I didn't think it looked as good. You know, you can try it both ways and see which one looks older to you. Now, we have film. We have old, older, oldest. Okay? First, we're going to try the oldest, and that really is old. That's like, okay? You can hardly see what's going on there. And I don't particularly like that one. So how do you get rid of it? Right click on the clip. Up here, there's a little star. This effects or stars. Click on effects. And over here we have film age oldest. Click on it. Click on the remove button. You can actually add filters from here also. We can go down to the F's. And we can try older. We can add it. Click OK. And here's the older one. Okay. Or what I did, let me get to film older. Let's remove that. I just used old and I added 2 copies of it. You can add up to 6 effects on the same one. Now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see what that looks like. Okay. That's the one you get with little blotches and splotches and etc. lines going through it. And then just as a coup de grace, go down through the G's to GR for grain. Now I'm not going to find it. Oh, maybe it's up here at film. Never mind. Film grain. Add a little film grain to it. That's our 6th effect. And that makes it look really old. If you can see it, let me see if I can make this bigger for you. Here, move that over. And here's what it looks like when I make it bigger. That looks like pretty old stuff. Okay. So like I said, you play around with them. A lot of it's right click. If you want to get rid of the clip and use another clip, right click on it and remove. I've got fade in and fade out checked. There's properties of the clip. Doesn't really tell you much. I mean, you can't do much with it. It just tells you what size they are, etc. Okay, so that's how you make an old film clip. Well, I've made it. Let me bougie this back this way. Okay, you've made it. Now you want to save it. Now, obviously, this isn't an HD clip, but it doesn't matter. Now, I've added profiles to this. This Windows Vista version of Movie Maker is just really, really flexible. You can add things to it. And I've added like HD profiles so I can save them as HD movies, widescreen, HD movies, not widescreen, etc. But I'll just show you how to save it the regular way. It still gives you a good quality video. Publish to in the list of tasks. Remember, we want our weird accordion up here clicked. Whoops. Clicked. It toggles off and on. Publish to this computer, unless you want to make a DVD, then publish to DVD. Publish to this computer. And on your first page, you get to give it a name. Old film test. And I am going to save it to my desktop. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Then when you click next, you get all the juicy stuff. Click on more settings. Now, DV AVI is great. It's one of the ones you might want to use if you're making a DVD later on, putting a bunch of little films together that you've made. But AVI has some problems sometimes, and not just with Movie Maker, but in general. So I like to go here and use Windows Media DVD Quality. And that's good. Now, this is not widescreen, so I'm just going to click on this one. You have information down here. It tells you the file size. I'm going to need like 3 megabytes for this clip. It tells me what size it is, the aspect ratio, 30 frames per second. And then when you just click publish, it gives you this little line here. Tells me where it's going. And play movie, when I click finish, I think I'll just go, hunt for it. Okay, we finished it off.